Hello, 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 gents. Hello, gents. Hello, gents. Hello, gents. Alrighty, so we are just going to do 1 hour stream today. I can't. I'm not actually meant to be streaming today. I'm replacing my gym session with this quick stream, and I want us to have a poke around the new ACC update. Um, and then tomorrow we'll do a much better stream. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. So latest update, it's the new ACC update, which includes the Intercontinental GT Challenge racetracks, including Laguna Suzuka, Laguna Seca, and Bathurst. I had a quick poke around. I did have beta access, but I only drove Kailami for a very brief time. So I haven't driven any of the other tracks except for a few laps before this stream. So let's see how quickly we can get the numbers up. So share this with your mates quickly. Share it with your mates, press like, all that stuff. And we'll do a quick review of the two tracks first that I've driven. And then we'll have a run around Laguna Seca and Bathurst. So we'll allocate 15 minutes to each one. So let's first look at one of my recent favorite racetracks. It's made it into my top 3. Initially, my concern was that I was being biased, but I've decided that Kailami is in fact one of the best tracks I've driven on. Is it Eau Rouge on my hoodie? Yes, it is. Yes, this is one of the Coach Dave hoodies, which has Eau Rouge on it, which you can get in the store. Peralception, exactly. Aware Coach, how's it, guys? Okay, so I'm running the graphics on high, so I don't know how this will cope. We're just going to go with the aggressive preset, turn off some fuel, and let's have a look at how accurate this racetrack is. Obviously, please ignore track limits,
Green light, give it all you can.
of which I'm sure there will be many. I just want to move the seat position up slightly so that you guys can see more of the track. So we'll go that far. Alright, save, quit, drive. Alrighty, so welcome to Ask Me Any Questions. We'll go around slowly first, and then we'll go to the next track and so on. So first, a slow lap around here. Kailami is awesome. I'm going to just turn that down so I can hear myself speak. The cool thing about Kailami is not just that it's got high-speed corners and stuff, it's that it's actually got a lot of grip, like high grip surface, which hasn't been worn out yet. Nice rideable curves, although it could be that ACC has exaggerated them slightly, because those curves that you can ride. There's a little dip there on the exit, and this isn't quite a straight. Russia was awesome. I did some ice karting in Russia, guys. Alright, long right-hander called Sunset, and then there's a lot of bumps on the exit just here, which actually makes it quite a strange corner. And then we go into this long left-hander, which is very fast actually. You get on the power very early and maximize the use of the curve on the exit. And then these blind S's get on the curb here and sacrifice the left so you can go fast through the right-hander, maximizing the curve there. And then I like to run a straight line to the hairpin, which is also a very fast hairpin, but a good overtaking opportunity. And it's cool, you can see the view of Johannesburg there. And when there's thunder and lightning at night, it'll just be amazing. Alright, long left-hander mineshaft, really use the exit, and then straighten the car for the bowl. Oh, I've forgotten the corner numbers. Really maximize the exit. And then this little kink here, no, what is it? I don't know I forgot what this corner's called. But again, carrying a lot of speed. So again, mostly this track is pretty accurate. When I tested this track in beta, I barely had to give any feedback, which is awesome. So ABS and TC, it's not the same as real life at all, because the calibrations are different. All right, braking at the 100-meter board. You carry a lot of speed into this hairpin. Very good overtaking opportunity. And then in real life, we can use that curb on the inside quite a lot, but it's quite bumpy in the game. Carrying a lot of speed through this left-hander. And then you just really just focusing on Sunset, which is such an awesome right-hander. Blind on the entry, you carry as much speed as you can going in. Some people like to overslow and then get on the power without having to lift off to get a nice exit. And this left-hander always caught me out in the race, but it's really fast. I love it. And these S's here, especially in the rain, they were not easy to do. And if you lift through there, you've actually gone in too fast to the first left-hander, so it's something to keep in mind. Whoa! Going through this hairpin left-hander. Just this track is so fast. It's so fast. I did drive Suzuka earlier, and it's also a very fast track. But the one thing that you can't, I don't know if you can quite simulate it in the game, is that that's quite realistic, is that Suzuka has actually got a very low grip surface, so it should be high speed, but oh, that's pretty realistic too. It should be high speed, but because of the low grip surface, you actually spend most of your time sliding around, and the drop off in Suzuka from your first lap in new tires to the last lap in your stint is huge. It's multiple seconds. Right, nice little hairpin, accelerate up through the hill. Let's do some nice flying lap without talking. I'm on the aggressive setup, driving the Ferrari 48. We have 5 more minutes on this track, then we're going to hit Suzuka, which is another track I've driven. Carry speed through here. You don't want to get off the throttle there, you're going to lose a lot of time if you do what I just did. Wow, this is where Nick Tandy went off in qualifying. Braking for the hairpin. So the gradients and everything, like the fact that some corners are blind, the bumps in the corners, especially on the exit of Sunset, are pretty accurate. Very, very well done. And the positioning of the stadiums, obviously, I mean, Assetto Corsa does an amazing job. And I like that in the bowl, which we just went through now, it's very difficult to get the front end without losing the rear, which is exactly what happened. And I'm talking obviously of the Ferrari. I haven't driven other cars around here. Kailami I drove once in 2008. And then again at the Intercontinental GT Challenge at the end of last year, the 9-hour. Target lap times in Intercontinental about a 43. If you're doing a 43 in the race, you're flying. So here we just did a 44, which is quite fast. You don't have to actually hit that apex. Just carry the speed through that left-hander, and then easy flat up the hill. You can brake a little bit early. You want to actually get onto that apex because you want to be pointing straight for the exit. And then accelerate down towards Sunset. The bumps on the exit here are the thing that's going to catch you out the most. In real life it's in 4th gear. Let's see if I get this apex. No. There's slightly off camber there. And then braking down the hill here, just clipping this curb, being patient on the power. You don't want to lift off completely through this right-hander going up the hill. And then straight line for the hairpin. We're braking a little bit later than that in real life, to be honest, just a little bit. But also, this is the fastest hairpin I've ever taken, that's for sure. And awesome to overtake there. You can get a nice little undercut coming up out of the S's, so I dig it. You got to really trail brake in here and just let the car settle at the apex to try and manage the slide. Okay, I don't think you should be gearing down to 2nd there. First gear through the final corner. And accelerate to the line as we move on to the next racetrack. So overall, phenomenal job around Kailami, which is what I've come to expect from the guys at Assetto Corsa. just the way that the car is responding on the bumps, I would prefer. I mean, I've already said this about Spa. It's a little bit too aggressive on the bumps. But yeah, awesome. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of laps around there. So let's return to garage. Hey, Ulti, how you doing, man? What are the new cars? The new cars is just actually new liveries. So let's go look quickly. We'll quickly look at the Wochenspiegel livery. Actually, let's drive with that car, which was in the Kyalami 9-hour. No, we're gonna stick to the Ferrari, gents. We're going to stick to the Ferrari. Where's Wochenspiegel? Team Onschau. It's not here. Why are you not here? Anyone know how to get to the Wochenspiegel car? Praha. Shatter points, just you got to work on those reference points, my man. Where's the Wochenspiegel car? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. Oh, that's to create delivery. 1 second, gents. Oh, here we go. Let's try that. There we go. There we go. That's a strange UX quirk. Surely not. Yeah, that's a weird one. Just FYI, I have raced this car before. Let's see. But from the year before. And then, boom. Dave Peril still up in here. Okay, so that's a weird UI quirk, but I've been critical of the UX in the past anyway. Alright, so, and now the menu's changed completely. Okay, so now we're going to go to Suzuka. And we're going to go in the Wochenspiegel car. So let's just have a quick look around this. These guys traditionally race in the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and they're actually part of Rinaldi Racing. Rinaldi Racing runs them. So it's the green cars with a different livery, basically, different team owner, car owner. And I raced with them last year in the Creventic series and the Kyalami 9-hour. It was super last minute, but I eventually joined them. So pretty cool livery. They own a printing company and a newspaper in Germany, one of the biggest. So nice to have them in the game now. Alrighty. Okay, so we're now going to try Suzuka. So I no longer provide any feedback to the guys. Just because, yeah, anyway, I'm not going to get into why. So here we go. Fuel strategy. I'm just on the less aggressive setup. We're just turning down the fuel just so we can have a little bit of fun. Otherwise the car's a little bit heavy. I have raced at Suzuka, and I'm very proud about the fact that in the Suzuka 10-hour 2018, I got pole position in my qualifying overall. That's the only overall pole position I've gotten in an SRO event. And then my teammate Nick Foster went and got pole position again in the Super Pole, which put us pole position for the race. But in the race we had so many technical problems with the fuel pump that our race didn't turn out as planned. Alright, so this track, beautiful to drive, but in real life low grip. And in the game I haven't quite felt that low grip nature. So super high degradation, a lot of sliding in real life. You have to overslow the car a lot. And it actually feels quite slow through Sector 1, which is the S's. But still, oh my word, when the sun set on this track and the heat came down, the grip came up a little bit, and it was amazing. The other cool, crazy thing rather, is that there's no lights on the track except these like pathetic. You basically can't see anything at night. What Assetto Corsa have done phenomenally well is gotten the curbs very accurate, which is to me quite important. So like in Gran Turismo Sport and even iRacing, the curbs are not accurate at all. I mean, Gran Turismo Sport is the ultimate, what do you call it? They're the most guilty of getting it wrong. In real life, the curbs are high and aggressive, and if I spun at Degner curves, I was lucky not to crash the car. When I hit the curb too hard, Degner won. Then this long right-hander, if you're not fit, it actually does wear on you quite a lot in a 1 hour stint. So you've got to be quite strong there to hold your neck up. Hopefully you have a light helmet, maximizing the curb there. And I like that they've used all the right curbing on the outside here, which isn't the case in either iRacing or GT Sport. So no announcement yet about my race season. We are setting up the car. No, I mean, to be honest with you, the strange thing was at Suzuka we only made one setup change. Alright, 130R, probably one of the scariest corners of all the corners I've been through because of the high-speed nature, and there's barely any runoff, and you've seen the monster crashes there. Okay, so let's start a lap. Turn 1 is very difficult to get right, both in the game and in real life, which is quite accurate. You carry a lot of speed into turn 1, but you have to maintain a balanced car around this next right-hander. So, whoa. Okay, so I got on the power quite aggressively there, and the rear stepped out. You've got to clip these curves here and then stay to the inside of this next one. That's too far over. There's a little bit of off-camber nature there. Staying close to the curb there, we'll get this right eventually. And then second gear here, again holding a nice tight line so you can open up this next left-hander. It's better to sacrifice that right-hander so that you can make this left-hander much easier. Looking to the inside, it's amazingly accurate. Very impressed. And then nice big curb on the inside here. Don't hit it like I did, otherwise you're going to spin. Second gear for that right-hander. Again, I've only driven this game with the 488 and like once in the Aston, so first gear for this hairpin, accelerate out towards the exit. In real life you turn up the traction control to maximum to manage the tire degradation through a stint. Think about that. We turn up the traction control to maximum. We never ever do that. We run maybe sometimes 5 and 5 and not 11 and 11. Roll in here. Whoa, stay, track limits there, stay inside the white line. Second gear for this next left-hander, and you want to get on the power as early as you can to really use the exit curbs as much as possible. For those of you who just joined, we're going to cover all 4 tracks in 1 hour. I have replaced my gym session for this live stream. Okay, 130R in the race, you do actually tap the brakes just slightly, and then braking just before the 100-meter board here. Using as much apex curve as you can, and as much apex curve as you can there as well. Driving straight towards the line. In real life, this corner is not just easy flat. It's not close your eyes and go flat through there. It's actually quite difficult. So in the game, that's a bit too easy. Alright, carry the speed again. I did a 202.1, that's a bit too easy. Alright. Again, I think it's just because they haven't quite got the nature of the grips, the surface grip correct, but the layout is beautiful. These curves, everything. Suzuka 10-hour had the most spectators I've ever seen at any race ever. Small lift through here. I just missed the apex. I would actually open the diff a little bit on this setup, and then hugging this left-hander to prepare for Degners, which are so difficult to get right. Third gear. And then brake early for the second part of Degner so you can get on the power early for the exits. And then the hairpin, just don't lose the front end, which is easy with an ABS car. So you're very gentle on the brakes, carry the speed through and accelerate out towards the exit, using as much curb as possible, and then holding your head up and your whole body through this long right-hander. Nice, you can feel the bumps in the surface through the force feedback, very cool. Braking a little bit too late there, holding third gear, and then I missed the apex. Very easy to do also in the real thing, and then maximize the exit curve as much as possible. Hey man, Zach, how you doing? So don't have much time to read the comments because we've got to smash out 4 tracks in 1 hour. Alright, slight tap of the brakes on this one, just because you don't want to crash going through there. And then use as much curb on the first part. Woo! And then hug the exit. This is a detail they got wrong. The start-finish line that we just went through. The finish line is the beacon line, and this is just the start line. So
well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
So 201.8 in real life. If you did that, you'd be on pole position overall by half a second. Maximize the exits. Use as much curb here. So they got the lap times almost perfect for Kailami without doing any alien setups. Oh! But here it's just a little bit too quick compared to real life, but I think that's related purely to the surface. The rest of the track feels amazing. This used to be my third favorite track until I drove around Kailami, and the only difference between the two, the reason why I prefer Kailami is because of the high grip nature of the surface. So, whoa. You see, in Suzuka, the track temperatures are just unbelievable, which also contributes to the level of grip that you're going to get. Let's take a look at the Wolkenspiegel car while I'm driving. So let's just pop out to the outside view. Super GT / Lewis Hamilton view. There's the track limits. I'd say around this track, woo, it feels like, and I could be wrong, it feels like the track limits are a bit too aggressive. And I'm just saying in general, I'm not comparing to real life. In real life, they only were looking for track limits at Spoon. But like here, if you just go a little bit too wide over there, that's track limits in the game, which I think is a little bit too aggressive in some of the corners. That's all. It's not because I want to like abuse track limits or anything. I'm just saying relative to how the car's handled and trying to get on the perfect line, maybe it's a bit too aggressive. That's all. And in real life, no, you don't just stay inside the white line. You use whatever's available. Car looks beautiful. Amazing, amazing job. Next step is to get my new helmet in the game. Oh. So car's moving around a lot. But we're still going faster and faster. The thing in real life, when you race around Suzuka, you don't go faster. Every lap is a little bit slower than the last lap, unless they've resurfaced it since 2018, which I don't think they have, because I was looking at the race from last year. S's are so difficult to get right. Also one of the most difficult corners to coach people through, because they happen so quickly that to explain, now do this, now do that, now do this, they've already gone through the corner. Right, really pushing on the exit there. I like that they gave us that wiggle room. Braking for the hairpin. Again, don't lose the front end here. Very difficult, or very easy to do with the ABS. So trail braking is super important. I posted a preview of my new helmet on Instagram, just letting you know. Use this curb on the inside to carry the speed through the corner. Oh, and you want to hit this apex. I got it completely wrong. Woo! Still managed to get on the power at a decent point. Cut the track here, minimize distance covered. And in exactly 4 minutes, we're going to switch to Laguna Seca. Alright. Little clip of the apex there. Watch out for track limits, and then braking just before the 100 meters because you want to get on that apex curve there, and then just kiss that one there. And then minimize distance covered for your pole lap, but not your race lap. Driving straight towards the line. Gents, let's try and get some more viewers on this thing. We need you to like, share, and subscribe.
Fastest step so far.
Okay. The exit at Spoon, you can attack too much as the track limit is so strict. Yeah, you have to be very careful with track limits and the exit of Spoon. But that's actually what they were looking at in real life, by the way. They were looking for track limits there. I think they're a bit too aggressive with the shadows here of the power cables. But that could be that is my graphic settings. So I'm running graphics actually quite high, by the way, and it doesn't seem to be any lagging or issues. VR low. Okay, so please use the try with the green surface. Yeah, it's actually pretty realistic compared to the green. The green surface in real life, it's not AstroTurf, it's painted concrete. Okay, now let's go. Whew. This is a marathon stream, ladies and gents. No, it's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Alright, Laguna Seca next. Okay, why not Bathurst? I don't know. Bathurst is my least favorite of the updates. Okay, so I haven't driven Laguna or Bathurst in real life, sadly. I've watched a lot of onboards because I have a friend who's raced at both. He's won at Laguna Seca, Nick Foster, in the Hub Auto car. So I've watched plenty of his onboards. We've done a lot of driving around here in iRacing. And he says in iRacing it's not the most accurate in some areas, but overall he found it very useful to use iRacing to learn this track. And I've played a ton around here in GT Sport. Again, before the stream, I did a quick couple of laps. What they get right here is the curbs, the aggression of the curbs. Compared to GT Sport, it's much less forgiving. And the gradients and camber changes are awesome. So, guys, this DLC is worth every penny. In my opinion, they've undercharged. I genuinely think the business model of ACC is the biggest problem with the game. It's not. Oh wait, we need to change the setup. They should be charging more for this game. Alright, so again, we're going with aggressive preset. We're going to turn the fuel down to like 30-ish because we're only doing like 4 or 5 laps per thing, per track. And let's give Laguna a shot. So I was pretty happy with my lap times at Kyalami. What was it, 243 something? No, 243 high. And Suzuka was actually very fast compared to real life without much practice. So I mean, I wasn't terrible at that track in real life either, but I would say that it was a little bit too quick compared, but that doesn't make that's not the end of the world. These games are not here to simulate your lap times from your real life. They're meant to make you feel like you are part of the game, part of the racetrack, and you know, part of the event. So I remember that the was Super Pole around here like 23 or something. Let's see. Yeah, I think that this DLC should have been like $50, honest to God. Or just make a subscription model. That's my criticism of ACC, is that there should be it should be a subscription model. And none of us deserve these games for free, because the amount of effort that these guys are putting in is just insane. It's just insane. Okay, braking for the famous corkscrew. All I can really comment in here is the physics. I really don't like that crashing noise in the game. Luca, please change it, mates! Woo! Alright, kind of learning this one on the fly. Braking, what, at the second to last brake board. And accelerate out as quickly and as soon as you can. Danilo, all good here, my man. Hell no to subs. Subscription model for the win. Alright. Oh, just trail braking in, try to get this double apex. Probably should be there in second gear. Use as much apex curve as I can there. Track feels amazing. This is also apparently a very high degradation, tire degradation racetrack, mostly because the sand blows onto the track. And that sand is literally like sandpaper. Whereas Suzuka, I think it's related to track temperature and how aggressive the asphalt has degraded due to the changing track conditions. Alright, braking just over the hill here. Oh, that was nice. Keep a nice tight line through there, maximize the exit. Oh, missed the apex there. very relaxed on the track limits here compared to Suzuka. Super pole! 123 I think is quite quick. So, I mean, I'm generally about a second and a half compared to off the pace compared to the aliens around most of the tracks except Spa, where they're a little bit more. Carrying the speed through here, very easy to run wide. I love that. Guys, a submodel keeps the company alive, alright? With once-off purchases, they have to put so much work into finding a new customer every single day, whereas if they have an existing customer base, they know how much money they're going to get in and how much they can invest in the future. It's just business. You already pay for your PlayStation Network subscription, you pay for your iRacing subscription, and I think that I would rather pay subscription for ACC than iRacing, so that they can develop new cars, new tracks, make GT4 GT4 class if they are. I mean, I guess they're part of the SRO thing, etc. So yeah, so I would say that
personal fastest lap.
Woo! Yeah, I did say I drove this lap before. I said I did a few minutes of practice before the stream. But like 3 laps before talking to you guys, and a million laps in Gran Turismo Sport, so I know which way it goes. This is about getting used to the bumps and stuff. So guys, if you want a company to be sustainable and to last long, then the subscription model is the safest way. Woo! And pretty much everything these days is a subscription model anyway. Use that curve there. I have not been to Laguna Seca for real, so I can't comment on track accuracy, but they absolutely nailed Kyalami and Suzuka, so I don't see... Very, very relaxed on the track limits there. Oh. I keep missing this one, but I do that in Gran Turismo too. Let's bomb into the pit lane. Oh! Nudges the barrier. Is there multiplayer in ACC? Yes. Money for nothing? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? They are giving you free tracks, more cars. I mean, what? Do you think this work just pops up out of nowhere? Come on, man. Alright. Too expensive. Are you crazy? 4 tracks and a whole bunch of new cars. Laser scan tracks which are super accurate. No ways, guys. I mean, most of you must be quite young to think that, because at the end of the day, these games are not cheap to make. Okay, so Laguna Seca is fantastic. We're a little bit ahead of schedule here. I have already paid for the first version. I'm going to pay for the second version as well. So, Epic Gamer entry. Yeah. T8365. I don't think I agree there, mate. Good evening, guys. Yeah, guys, 15 euros or $12 or whatever it is for this update is unbelievable, and I am going to use my own money to buy this game on my own and this update. I've been testing the beta version, so I've got a free version, but I used to make software. I know what it's like to just sell a once-off versus a subscription. When we sold once-off, we didn't survive. Okay, Laguna Seca, awesome. Still, Kyalami is still my favorite racetrack in real life, but I think here, because there's more grip, I think Suzuka is currently my favorite. Laguna Seca is fun, but I mean, to me, Laguna is just like another racetrack. Let's go to Mount Panorama, where we've got 20 minutes left. Okay. Alrighty. Guys, I'm not part of ACC. I'm just saying, from my point of view, if I want them to survive, I would happily pay a subscription model. I think that's the most sustainable way for a small development house like this to survive in the long term. This is not Polyphony with 9 million customers and etc. Okay, so here we go. Mount Panorama. I also did a few laps around here. 3 laps again. I downloaded the update about 2 hours ago. Did some work, and then was going to go to gym and decided to give you guys a quick little preview around the racetracks. Yeah, I mean, these days the subscription model is pretty much the only way to survive if you're a software company. All right. I mean, literally, you can just name any software company. They have somewhere in there as a subscription model. And I'm just saying this, I'm not criticizing ACC. I'm just hope that at some point they'll build a more sustainable business model around this epic game. Okay, so far, the only criticism I've had, and it's a small one, is that the track surface at Suzuka feels a little bit too grippy. I feel like Kailami they nailed, and Laguna looks like the onboards I've seen from real life. So, can't complain there. Alright, sorry about this. Okay, gents. The reason I don't drive the other cars is because I want to feel what it's like in the Ferrari that I race. I have no interest in driving the Bentley's.
Go, go, go.
I have tried driving the Aston Martin the other day, and that was really fun. And it felt a little bit less like, I don't know, a little bit less like bumpy, and it was much more compliance. Alright, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Yeah, I remember when Microsoft switched to subscription model. No ways, these devs aren't lazy, man. The devs will make the same amount of money, by the way. They don't make more money, the developers. The actual people who put their time and effort into this game, but the owners of the company needed a sustainable business model. I don't want to take away. Let's focus on the racetrack. So, first of all, whoever watched Bathurst on the weekend was pretty fun at the beginning. It got a little bit boring towards the end. There was a little bit of drama with the punctures. I was very proud to see Jordan Pepper, who's a friend of mine, a fellow South African. He was on the top step of the podium. Unfortunately, there was only one Ferrari in the race, and it didn't even actually make it to the race because they had a huge crash in practice. 5 cars out before the race even started because this track is so aggressive with damage. So they were writing off cars and not just making comparable situations. Forest Elbow, by the way, is more like a hairpin and better quality. Is there a little bit of lag? Okay. Whoa! That's a massive bump. Braking for last. I don't know the corner names except Forest Elbow because I struggle around that corner. So, just in general, something that ACC I think could do a better job is they seem to exaggerate the bumps on all racetracks a little bit too much. The car overreacts to certain bumps. So that was pretty insane. I mean, in real life it's too much like a rally bump that. Now there are bumps on racetracks. By the way, there are bumps on racetracks, but they're not as aggressive as what you see here. Okay. So anyway, going up over the crest. I mean, Bathurst the one place where I hate driving Bathurst is in GT Sports. I just hate it around there. I like it in iRacing. I played a lot of Bathurst in iRacing with VR goggles. So I do have a fair amount of iRacing experience around here, but that's not the same as real life. So I can't comment on the real life. Maybe Calvin van der Linde will do a stream or something once he's home from Australia. He had a pretty shocking weekend. Just clipping the wall there, and this is where a lot of gents were having issues. Oh! Going up over the hill, down. They always say it's easy to race fast uphill, but it's very fast to go downhill. Getting as close as you can to the walls. And then actually brake a little bit early for here, because you want to get a good exit. That's actually much easier to take than in GT Sport. GT Sport you just slide into the wall. Righty. This is probably, I reckon, the most challenging. I've spoken to guys who are Nordschleifer specialists, and they say the first time you drive around here, see that bump there is a bit too aggressive. The first time you drive around here, you're scared, excuse my French, shitless. Alright. So, gents, we have 20 minutes left before I have to end the stream. I think this is the best way to review this latest DLC, because it's only four racetracks, but it's enough content to fit in 1 hour for me to do a quick little live stream, and I think it's better than doing a nice polished video. You can watch me learn the racetracks, watch me make some mistakes, and speak about, you know, the nuances that I think are good and bad. But overall, this DLC is phenomenal. I especially like that I'm in the new Wochenspiegel livery. Oh, engine map back to 1. Going up the hill. I wonder if you live through here just in real life. Because the priority is to get a nice little exit here up the hill. That's flat, and this is almost flat in real life. It seems to be easy flat in the game. This is where Kirchhoffer had a massive accident. Oh my god, this track is insane. Carry the speed there and then braking down the hill. Stay close to this wall here to open up this left-hander. Oh my god. Just insane. Can you imagine doing this in real life? I can, because to swing a heavy car around here cannot be easy. Gents, thanks for tuning in. We're doing a quick review, 1 hour little bang, trying each track for like 15 minutes, pointing out the areas which I think are cool and which are not. Right. Could have braked a little bit later there. Just got to get on the power as soon as you can for the exit here. I like to run a little bit of straight line and then cross over. Also getting on the power as early as you can for the exit.
Well done, mate. That's all the best.
202.8. That's quick. Not according to the aliens, I'm just saying according to real life. So it's it's quite bumpy around here. And I don't think it's this bumpy. Like, look how the car's like moving around, listen to the sound. I don't think it's that bumpy in real life. I don't think it's this bumpy in real life. These cars, oh David. These cars are quite compliant in real life. We're definitely going to be seeing sub 2 minute lap times from the aliens around here. I reckon if you spend enough time around here to be competitive, you're going to be needing to do at least a 2 minute 01. Oh, almost flat through there. Let's see how much speed we can carry down here. Staying close. Oh! That was a big one. Return to garage. Alrighty. Martin, you can adjust the head movement, by the way. I've probably... Okay, 158. Woo! So I just mean in general for ACC, the bumps on all the racetrack are a little bit too exaggerated relative to what we feel in real life. I have no relationship with Nicky Tim, by the way. Two minute zeros. Alright, so we have 10 minutes left for the stream. We're going to try bang in a 0. But keep in mind with the just aggressive setup, just with less fuel. Alrighty. Easy flat through there in the game. It's a bit hairier in real life. Small lift there, and then carry as much speed as you can down the hill. TC 3 and 3. Oh, nice little inside locking action. Patrick, you can't compare real life lap times to a game because there's so many variables at play. There's like just too many for any game to simulate and recreate. Like horsepower, air temperature, all those things, they try and get accurate enough as possible, but there's just no ways you can get a game to truly simulate a specific track's lap times. And I mean, even if you go to Monza in real life, on day one you'll do like a 1 minute 50 and you'll be like, what the hell is going on? And you wake up the next day, suddenly you're doing a 47 and you have no idea. You're doing the same things. You didn't change your setup overnight, but that's how much track conditions can change at certain venues. So 505. No worries, James. You're going to be much quicker than me, mate. Keep it pinned up the hill. Oh! Up through this left-hander, easy flat. Oh my gosh. This track is awesome. And fourth gear through there, easy flat. That should have been turning a little bit earlier. Losing time. Time is just leaking away. Front locking, so I think I should go a little bit more. God. Too aggressive through there. Overdriving down the hill. Priority is the exit here. Getting on the power as early as you can. And then, David, what did you make the brake balance settings? Thinks he's out loud. Whoopsie. I should probably not read the chat while going down. I think this straight's a little bit too bumpy. We should watch a replay of the race in real life and just see how much the cars are moving. Woo. So, we had a good start to the lap, but nice little bit of trail braking there.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Yeah, the drinks button in real life starts a water pump, and that water pump can sometimes break. So we're matching the previous lap time. That was much better. staying close to the wall here to open up this right left-hander. Being patient through here. Gain 4/10. If you do, I'm sure, if you do enough laps with hang on, is this more forward? No, that's David, that's the wrong one. Oh right, sorry, I was meant to go more rear. I thought in Gran Turismo it's the other way around, so. Brake balance is now a little bit more rear. On for a 201 if I... There we go, much better. I watched the beginning and the end of the Bathurst 12 hours. I slept. Second get through there. Yeah, so we don't get any time in real life. I just want to park quickly. Sometimes, like Spa 24, I've sometimes had 5 laps before the quali, which is insane. I think, even though this is not that relevant, I think it's to do with the movement. What if I turn that down? So that movement is not look with the wheel. We'll turn up look with the wheel, because I like that. Press save there. I think we're moving just way too much. In real life, I left foot brake and in the game, in the sim. But my teammate, for example, Renat, he right foot brakes, and he does the same in the game as well. Both are fast, by the way. It's a. I think I discussed this in last week's live stream. It's still moving around quite a lot. This is the standard aggressive setup, by the way, from Assetto Corsa. I haven't made any changes except removing some fuel to do a respectable lap time and get a feeling for the game.
There's some light damage on the left of the car.
Okay, lock on horizon. Okay, let's do that. But I don't want it to be too much, because then it will be like a robot. Like, alright, so we have 4 minutes left. So, quick vote for the viewers who are still watching. Which track do you want me to do? 2 laps? I don't want to do Bathurst anymore, so be kind to me. Paul Scott, you can have a freaking, what you call it, 2080 in NVIDIA card, and you'll still sometimes get frame rate issues with ACC. That's pretty well known these days. Yeah, this lower the dash cam factor. Ah, okay. So we'll increase movement, but I don't want that to be 0. Alrighty. Kalami. Let's go to Kalami because I'm patriotic, and we'll just throw in a little bit more time here on the stream before I have to go to my meeting. So Suzuka, Suzuka. Yeah, we're going to Kalami, gents. We're going to Kalami. I love this track in real life. I gotta say, Suzuka at the moment is my favorite of the updates. Someone did say, Laguna Suzuka is my favorite of the updates, but I'm just because it has more grip in the game than in real life, so it makes it much more fun to drive. So again, we're on the aggressive setup preset with just a little bit less fuel.
Green light, go, go, go.
Lock to horizon is 9%. Okay, let's just see if that's a bit better. Oh, the steering movement's a bit exaggerated. Okay, we'll probably look a lot less like a rallycross game. That's nice. I like that look with the wheel vibe. Again, I'm on a single screen here, gents, just so you know. That's also nice. Sunset's such a beautiful corner. Downhill and then there's massive bumps on the exits. Second gear through here, not first gear though. Not first gear. Woo! Want to use more curb there. Be a bit more patient through here. Try and get on the power as early as you can to get you uphill. Keep in mind that I'm pretty sure they've programmed this in as well. I know they have. This is their physics department is next level at ACC. Kailami is at altitude. It's like 2,000 meters above sea level or something, so you're missing a lot of power. In real life, it feels like the car is dead with the BOP. And the Ferrari specifically seriously struggled with BOP at this race. We're the slowest cars in the speed trap. Next up was the Audis, but yeah. I thought that with the turbos we'd gain a lot more compared to the NA cars. But in the top speed traps we were really struggling. Okay, gents. Let's see what lap time we can get. With just 5 minutes left to go in the stream. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. Want to get onto that curb and really maximize the exit. 1,600 meters above sea level. There you go. Fourth gear in real life, but I think in the game be smooth, let the car roll through the corner and then use the diff to get you around. And then just if you can just get two wheels on that inside curve. A little bit of understeer there. Yeah, air's thinner, so less power. Not the end of the world if you miss that apex. In Kailami in general, if you miss the apex, it's not the end of the world, provided you carry the speed through the corner. And I'm obviously not talking about your quali lap. Your quali lap has to be perfect. But I mean in the race, especially the bowl. The bowl is more important about how much speed you carry on the exits. Oh my god. Okay, let's try another lap. Could be that the engine's a bit loud. We can turn that down, but then people tell me that they want to hear the engine. Oh, I got the apex. Found the apex. Oh no, track limits. See, that taking a tighter line like I do in real life just really did help there. Too bad about the track limits though. I didn't anticipate that. Oh, David, again you did it.
light damage on the front.
Okay, return to garage. We'll get it right this time. David, just stop looking at the chat. 41.7. That's silly. That's a silly that time. Which car? Which car are we talking about in the 41.7? The FOV makes me sad. This is the FOV, bro. This is the correct position. So, if you're driving the car in real life, this is what you'd see, but you'd actually be sitting a little bit lower. So, nothing wrong with the FOV. It's just not what you've read about in the forums. I suppose you could race with this one, right? Okay, I've turned it way down with an AMG. That's surprising. So, what's the best time with a Ferrari? With the Ferrari? With the Fezza? So, you like this view? This is not a view though. This is like cheating view. This is like, I can see everything now. This helmet view here, I can't believe we're talking about FOV. This is a bit too high. So I don't know if you can adjust this view, but it's a little bit too high. This is my view. Hell yeah, look at that. This is my view, guys. Yeah, the first section is now a long straight into a hairpin, but it's a very quick hairpin. Greg, thank you so much for the tenner, bro. Just in time, with a few minutes left to the stream to end. Thanks, my man. He appreciates the commentary and the live stream. No problem, bro. Thank you for watching. David, don't get track limits this time. Yeah, you can't have two steering wheels, that's correct, but I don't care about my steering wheel. I want to see what the car's steering wheel in the game is like, not my Thrustmaster. Who's a Bentley driver? The elitist FOV guys are just simply wrong about the FOV. They just read it all in the forums, so. If you have a triple screen, then they're completely right, by the way. If you have a triple screen, then you should be doing that. But a single screen, if you go too tight with the FOV, you can't see out the side of your window, which I hate. Let's get around this thing and try one more clean lap before we get going. In real life, you brake just after the 100. Trail brake in, carry as much speed, and maximize the exit. Don't sacrifice the exit just so you can go through this right-hander. And then try and get a bit of nice balance there. Rear view camera is the only pro FOV. Amen, bro. If you're not racing in reverse, then what are you doing? Easy to get understeer through there in 4th gear. And easy to miss this apex for old David Perel. See what happens if you miss that. The ideal turning point for the S is you lose a lot of lap time. I like my tight line through there, gents. That helps also in real life, so that's pretty cool. Eight minutes to go. I'm extending the stream till half past the hour. Stay track limits. You can really maximize that, by the way. Don't clip that curb and use as much speed through there. 42.5. Woo! That's not so bad. What do you think? That's not so bad. This happened to be in the race, by the way. I didn't spin, but I got a huge snap oversteer on the entry. Okay, gents, I'm actually going to end the stream here. I'm so sorry for those of you who just tuned in, but I have to end here. I have another meeting I have to go to. My phone is exploding. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to keep it up. This is my review of the 4 racetracks. 4 new racetracks from ACC DLC. The best one, in my opinion, or my favorite one, is Suzuka, Kalami, and then because I'm not a massive fan of them in general, Laguna and Bathurst are my least favorite, but not like because they're terrible racetracks. The modeling is unbelievable. Bathurst is a little bit bumpy from what I've seen from my mates on boards, but and Suzuka seems to be a little bit too grippy, but overall I think that what you're looking at here is probably the best modeling of these racetracks from any sim, and I'm including your famous and worshipping iRacing and all that stuff. This one to me, especially Kailami, like I've done a lot of laps around Kailami recently in the 9 hour, I've done a lot of laps in Suzuka, and both of those are so accurate, so I can only assume that they've done a phenomenal job also in Laguna and Bathurst. This was not a paid promotion. I did this on my own free will, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it valuable, and until the next one, I'll catch you around the next lap. Peace.